to talk about his mood app. So here we go. Just sent the invite. Hi Gareth, how are you?
Alright, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Oh, good. We're getting some good messages already, which is nice to hear. Gareth, as we've talked about this before, the whole purpose I wanted to talk to you this evening is to talk about your mood app. I mean, we've become good friends, I think, over the last few months. And when you heard about the book and the issues I had coming out of a wheelchair and dealing with that kind of thing, you started talking to me about the mood app. And as you know, I'm a firm believer of your mood app, and I use it on a daily basis. But that's not enough for the people watching. Can you tell us a bit more about it, please, pal?
Yeah, it's a long story, right? So I'll try and make it short. But basically, I sleptwalked into becoming depressed for years. And the deeper you go down that road, you keep thinking you've reached the bottom. But there's always another bottom. And, well, it's not always, but there are many more bottoms than you think. And I really sort of lost any joy in life, all sorts. It was just a bit bonkers, really. But what happened was, after trying various things to help myself, I realised that the first thing I had to do was to actually understand how I felt over time, because I didn't know if any of the changes I was making in life was actually making a difference. So I didn't know why I was doing this, but I went into W.H. Smith's in town in Cardigan, and I bought this calendar and this set of highlighter pens, and I honestly didn't know why.
Yeah.
And then this was just sitting on my desk leading up to Christmas in, I think, 2020. And leading up to the new year, I thought, oh, I know, I'm going to mark in colour each day how I feel. And then I'll be able to see if there's any patterns and if the stuff I'm doing is actually making a difference. So it meant that I'd have a kind of baseline, but then also be able to see relative to that baseline if things were moving or if there are any patterns. And lo and behold, there were. And I started to be able to see literally how I felt. And then, that was a tool that I've continued to use for like 2 years. But then, as time went on, only after a few months of doing it, COVID came along. And Ruby Wax had set up this thing called Frazzle Cafe many years ago with sort of in conjunction with Marks and Spencer. And people used to come along to meetings, and they would just get things off their chest, and they wouldn't feel so alone as a consequence. They wouldn't get advice or anything like that. That wasn't the purpose of it. And when this went online, I joined it because it was something I'd wanted to sort of go to for a long time. And the funny thing was that I met a lot of people who, it was all a real cross-section of life, but we were all there for a similar reason, and you started to sort of feel a sense of community with other people. And then in one of the breakout rooms, I used to start to talk. I was the only bloke that went originally. So I was one bloke and it was 100 women, and then it kind of grew, and then it started to change. And that was daunting. But what happened was I would start to talk about how I felt about things, and then one day I showed a couple of people this calendar in a little breakout group, and they said, oh, you've got to show this to Ruby. And I did. And she wanted to have a chat about it and wanted to mention it in her last book. So I thought, oh, I better take this seriously then. So I kind of designed it, but I designed it as if it was going to be an app on a phone that would have helped me when I was at my absolute worst. So it meant it had to be as easy as possible to use. Even if you couldn't face getting out of bed, it still meant that you should have to. It's so easy that you will still tap it. So literally, you just see how you feel with one tap a day, the light of the mood, the light of the shade. You tap how you feel, and that's outside of the app, so you might never go into the app until you want to have a look at it. But the important thing is that daily check-in, you consider how you feel over that day. So it's a kind of general of the emotions for the day. And there's only 5 shades, and then that builds a picture. And then the other important thing is that you can perspective and see the picture.
Yeah.
So over a long time, that sort of helped me. Then I found that actually a similar thing, if it was easy to use, could help other people. And then I kind of felt like I've got to do this. And then I showed it to a friend that I was helping with an architectural project, and he offered to help. And this is weird, it's got really strange because he was based in America, and we got together on it, and it's turned out something I'm really sort of proud of, and I just literally want to help people now.
Oh, proud.
That's it.
You should be proud of it. You know, I use it every day, and I do use it every day. But when I say that, if I miss a day, I've got the guilt feeling on me, and I make sure I go back and do it and catch up on myself. Inevitably, if you miss it in a day, it's a day when you're having a really good day anyway, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So,
Usually.
yes, so yes, usually. But there's nothing better than you click back on the month, and you can look at your good days, you can look at your bad days, and you try to figure out what happened on those bad days to make you feel the way you do. And you can make concentrated effort. Look at what's happened on that day, what happened on that day, which could have affected your mood, and try to avoid that happening. That's what I found anyway. You know, it's a very personal thing. I think I believe. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has said that to you.
Well, we tested it with over 100 people, and I've had intimate conversations with all of them. So there were certain themes that came through, and everybody is different and unique, and that's why I think of the picture almost of each person as a piece of art.
Yeah.
So that, and I think if you can express something in a picture rather than words, it's easily digestible. But I think you can also chip away at that kind of stigma. So that I know that some people were happy to show and share their picture with a partner or something, and it maybe initiated a conversation they wouldn't have had before. Or I know people who, for instance, are on medication and perhaps won't fill out forms for a doctor to show how they feel over time, but they're more than happy to do this and literally turn up and take a screenshot, show them the picture, and they're able to gauge whether the medication is working, if it's changed or whatever. But I don't think it's necessarily just for people who are struggling either, because I mean, I'm 50, right? And it's a bit mad that I'm realising this at 50, and I only really realise it after reaching rock bottom for a very long time. But I think the whole thing about being self-aware and knowing how you feel allows you to sort of navigate life a little bit better. And in doing that, I think you can be a more balanced, happier person. I know if I'd had this when I was going downhill, I walked into it over probably, it could be 18 months, and I just kept going and kept going, and you just keep thinking, oh, my shoulders are broad enough, and they're often not. And in fact, I say they're mostly not. It's just you kid yourself. And what I see now is, if you think of, I can't sail, but I remember when my son was learning to sail, you oversteer and you're doing this.
Yeah.
Now, if I turn that this way up, you're doing this. But then once you learn to sail, you get on an even keel and you do this. And I think that in the first instance, it's about becoming self-aware so that you can build this kind of solid foundation for yourself. You know what works, what doesn't, and I try to live in a particular way, and it's taken years to make changes in life to do these things. But then now I use it almost as a compass or a kind of way of navigating things, so that when I see myself having several bad days or whatever it is, I step in, whereas I didn't used to. And I'll make sure that, I'm in the garden for the weekend, or I'm going in the sea, or whatever it is, I'll just see family, friends, whatever it is. I know the things now which help, and I know the things which don't. The irony is, I'm sitting here with a beer now, and I have absolutely proved to myself this is one of the things that doesn't help. Because the mad thing was, one month with a friend, a really good friend, we gave a beer, and I'd never done that before. And I saw everything after about 7 days lift an entire notch for about 2 weeks. And that was quite a thing. And then I did it another time, and the same thing happened. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to use it to macro rather than micro.
Yeah, I just got to say to everyone who's watching tonight, you and me had this conversation at lunchtime today, and because it's the first proper one of these I've done without someone to hold my hand, we both thought it'd be better if we had a drink together, didn't we? You know, and we could pretend we were in the pub together and we were having this chat about this superb thing you've invented. I gotta say, Gareth, like I said, I've been using Mood now for a couple of months, and it's really made a difference in my life. Um, if you ask my wife, you know, I would come home when I was at my depths and I just wouldn't talk. I wouldn't say anything, and you know, and I can remember that throughout my life. And it wasn't a case that I wouldn't talk. I just couldn't. I just could not have a conversation with everyone, and it would break my heart that I would be upsetting someone that much that I couldn't do it. But now, like I said, I can look at these things happening, and it is tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow I'm going to make the effort to make the color in my Mood app better than it was today, and yeah, nah, loving it.
That's
No,
all I see. There's one particular friend. In fact, I'm starting to hear a couple of nice things from people now after they've had it for a couple of months in terms of, and I think it's the fact it's so simple, it allows people to use it slightly differently because it's not asking anything of you. All I'm trying to do, right, is empower individuals. And what they do with that, it's up to them. But it's putting it in your hands, and I think that your brain can sort of kid yourself into remembering things differently to how they are. So if you are true to yourself and into them as you actually feel, actually no, some of the testers were saying they would sort of kid themselves and try to lie, but then they'd realise they lied to themselves, and it's half the reason you can retrospectively go back and change one if you wanted to. But yeah, there's one friend. He couldn't talk to me about the feedback at the time. He could only email me because he was so depressed.
oh wow,
And when he got better, or came out the other end, he said to me just how valuable it was, and that he did manage to just do one tap a day. And to be able for him to look back on that period, it showed him a couple of things, and one was that it wasn't as bad. I heard this from a few people actually, if they were going through things like bereavements and things, but sometimes things weren't as bad or as dark or as deep as people would think. And then maybe they wouldn't feel so, they would feel more hopeful and then catastrophize the future less. But then you could say, well, what would happen if it was actually a lot worse than you thought? And I hope at that point, if you can see that as a picture, you would act on it and ask for help.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. That is the thing. It is teach you. It's taught me to monitor my situation. That if I feel myself going into the depths of despair, and I gotta be honest with you, it's affecting me tonight. Just talking to you about it more than I thought it would. I thought it was slightly more professional than that. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it does taught me. I gotta be honest with you. I'll say flat out in this interview now. I'm so grateful for you for introducing this. You know, it's a great thing. But the difficult thing, for you, for me as your friend, because we're friends on top of everything else we're working with, is it's still not commercially available yet, is it?
No, it is, yeah.
It is now, is it?
It's about a month ago, so
Oh, well done. I really didn't know that. I'm so chuffed for
yeah.
you.
So yeah, it launched for a month ago, and a lot of people seem to be liking it. And the difficulty is that it's invisible on the App Store until it's like a chicken and egg situation. So until it gets reviews and more downloads and all of that, it doesn't get picked up, so you can't find it. So the only way to really get it, if somebody wanted it, is to look at our website, which is also difficult to find. So you'd have to type in moodapp.io, and on there there's links to the Android store and the Apple store, so Google Play and the Apple store.
Right.
So yes, for a month, and there's, I'm talking, perhaps it's like I'm talking to you, and it's starting to pick up momentum, and it's taking me completely out of my comfort zone, because as you know, I like being anonymous, and I do not want to be front and center for anything, but it doesn't feel too bad because I'm literally only doing it because I want to help people, that's it. So therefore there's a good reason to not be anonymous, but I am hoping at some point it'll get legs, and then maybe I don't have to, I can go back to being anonymous.
Yeah. Hey, we've just had a question thrown up on screen, Gareth. I can see them. I don't know if you can because I haven't done much of this stuff before. But a friend of mine, Frank, has sent a message. Question for Gareth: do you share it with others so they can modify their behaviour to be more positive and help you improve? That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Could you just read that again, please, Ian?
Um, do you share the app with others? Like, can you interact with someone else who's got the app on their phone, for
Oh,
example,
no.
so they
The
can
reason for
modify their behaviour to be more positive and help you improve?
no, there are things out there which do that. When I was bad, I was absolutely paranoid about people knowing, seeing. There's a hell of a lot of stigma with it, and I was absolutely clear that if, when I was at my worst, if this wasn't completely private, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
So I've really made it for me at my worst, which was represented by the community in Frazzle as well and the people there. And I think that that's what I mean by empowering individuals. So if somebody wants to share something, I think that's their choice. But what I want is for them to be absolutely secure. They're not. There's an irony in that most apps are not private, and some of the worst ones are mental health apps. And your data, even if it's anonymized, it can still create some sort of picture and get sold and all that. So this information only lives on your phone. That's it. There's no service, there's no nothing. Once you download it, it's only on your phone. And that was really, really important to me. And the other thing that was important was being as simple as possible and outside, using colours and pictures instead of words, and for it to be immediately legible if you show it to somebody. But also, I didn't want to leave behind people who couldn't afford to buy it.
yeah,
So that's why we've gone for this one for one model, where each person who downloads one, we'll give one to charity. And there's a really nice thing in that we might come full circle with Frazzled, and they might be this first community that get the free ones for the people who attend. So hopefully we'll know in a couple of weeks whether that's happening.
that's really good. Frank's just has stuck a little bit at the bottom. He said, "By the way, I think it's brilliant," which is good. Getting back to the issues I had, and this is how you and I started getting. Although we knew each other, this is how we became friends, wasn't it? Um, when I wrote the book for the first time, when my first draft of the book and I gave it, I met a chap called Arlen Gibbard, who's helped me uh, write it. He's got a write accreditation because he's changed stuff on it to make the book infinitely more readable and saleable to people. But he wanted to put in it and how I dealt with mental health problems. And I thought, oh, hang on a minute, I don't want that in the book. I don't want you to be able to state that. So he changed the word then from mental health problems to mental scars. Matching the scars I had on my legs after the accident. But writing it and learning to come to terms with that phrase has been such a um, it's been such an eye opener, so therapeutic to me. And I think you picked me up on an email. I sent an email or something round, didn't it? And you picked up on it and you read about that. And we started talking, and then you mentioned this, and I got involved, and you know, and it comes all full circle to tonight. Which I gotta be honest with you, for the last hour or so before, I think, oh my god, what am I doing? But I think it's been a brilliant chat, mate.
Well, the mad thing is, right, if I look back on this, there's absolutely no logic to it whatsoever. None. This, and it probably is a 6 year story, which is crazy. And each time I've only ever been at a point in time you've just done what felt right at a particular time. And, the irony is part that made me go downhill. But I think there's a lot to be said for just being yourself, acting with integrity, and what I'm finding is I'm meeting like-minded people, and I think that's how we met.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'd go along with that, and we've had some fun with that. I look forward to having some more fun with you. The book launches end of September. I'll give you a shout on the dates. You've got to come along, mate. Yeah, it's going to be great fun. But anyway, this has gone on a lot longer than I thought it would, but I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've had.
It's been great. Booked you all day.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and we'll wrap it up then, okay? Um,
Okay.
What book are you reading at the moment, pal?
I've always got like at least 6 or 7 on the go at once, and I'm looking at one over there. This is by a chap called John Moe, and he's got a great podcast called, used to be called The Hilarious World of Depression, and that's really helpful to me at the time, that was. And it's one of the first things where I ever talked, but I knew it was in America, it was on NPR radio, so it didn't matter. And his life story is called A Hilarious World of Depression. It's really good, it's his biography, but he's got a podcast now called Depression Underscore. I love a book called The Happiness Trap. That's excellent. I keep reading that from beginning to end every single time. I'm probably on the 7th reading of that. I've got a couple of mindfulness books I'm reading. I don't read much fiction, and I need to probably more because that's a bit more escapism.
Yeah.
I love a book called The Daily Stoic. That's another one I just keep reading from beginning to end. There's so many I just keep reading. And I started reading as much as I do to try and help myself. But what I found, it's all very similar, but you can still keep learning.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of overlap with all this stuff.
Every day's a school day. If you're into fiction, Liz Suggs, who's watching tonight actually, she's helping me with editing and formatting of the book. Should read some of her stuff. You could probably pick her up off my Facebook stuff, whatever. But she writes some lovely fiction. She's a good person. Okay, the second question I want to ask you is pets. What do you think? What do you think about pets for people who are suffering with mental health issues?
Okay, I haven't got a pet. Now my boys are older, I've often wondered whether I'd end up with a companion, as in a dog. But at the moment I've got a bad hip, so I don't think I'll have a pet for a long time. I go to the sea nearly every day, and I absolutely love. I haven't seen them for a while, but when the seals come, you see them
Yeah.
every. And also we're in the season of the Canada geese, so I absolutely love just being outdoors and being in nature. I got a slugworm living in the compost heap, and that's absolutely true. And it's living on an anthill, believe it or not, in the compost heap. But to answer your question, I think this year was actually Mental Health Foundation and Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK. Their theme was loneliness. And I think there's so many people who are not as lucky as us with family and friends in their life. And I know that it's been proven that, if you're capable of doing it, if you've got a dog to care for and a companion, there's so many things you can't let it down. You do get up, you do feed it, you do go out, you do walk, you do meet other dog walkers. And I think I've listened to quite a few people talking about that. Professional people that are in that world, just talking about how good that is for the person concerned and how actually that's good for society, because as they get better or improve, then each little chip, it all just counts and it all adds up. So I always like the idea of little tiny small things accumulating into an actual something of meaning and something that has impact. And I think of that with the Buddha. You just tap a colour each day. It seems so basic, but I guarantee you, when you see that over a year, it's illuminating.
I agree with you. I like I said, I've only been using it for full months, and it would be lovely to go print it off and put it on the wall as a work of art. And think, I did that. My head did that.
Absolutely. Before I was going to do it as an app, I was just going to make a piece of art, like a big coloured barcode on the wall, which was going to be my calendar,
Yeah.
written in stripes in colour, and it was just going to be called "This Is Me." But there's a chap. I did a little podcast the other day with a really nice fellow called Alex, and he's into cycling and cycling teams, and he mentioned about the possibility of perhaps incorporating people's moods into the kit of the team. And I was thinking how great that would be. Imagine if you picked blue, for instance, or green, or whichever one it was, but you all had, so from a distance you all look the same because it's just this coloured barcode.
Yeah.
But individually, that's your own unique picture. And I know people want to print them for all sorts of reasons, but I really like the idea of using it as art. If somebody has been through something, and then representing that at scale, or a group of people who've been through something. So I know this sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I get it completely because I spent a lot of time in a wheelchair. I studied wheelchair art, and that is fascinating. oh, the children's T Havan up in Cardiff. They got they do things if they got uh, clients in there in wheelchairs. They will just colour their wheels and set them off on canvas, and it looks absolutely brilliant. It really looks brilliant. I'm on some lovely terms coming up here. Liz has just said thanks for the shout out. My son Lewis is just complimenting you. What a great idea. I bet you each have to bits that he knows what a difference you make in the life of his dad, isn't it? You know?
Nice. Hello, Lewis. I hear that you had a nice trip as well with your father recently.
We did. I'm literally on the whiskey tonight because I don't think I can drink any more beer at the moment, pal. It's rotting me away from the inside. My third question, Gareth, was going to be about physical exercise, but you've literally covered that in your swimming, and I know how much you love your swimming. You go swimming with David Hyatt occasionally from Hyatt Denim, don't you?
Well, we try to go nearly every day, and we've done it for 2 years practically. And if anybody wants to see it, it's anonymous. Well, it's not now if you listen to this, you know me, but it's called underscore take once daily on Twitter. And again, I started doing that because a couple of people I was friendly with said that they'd like to see it, and then the same people said that it sort of was helpful to them to see it. So I literally filmed the same shot, which is only a minute long, every single day, and you see it all year round. You see the conditions changing, and obviously there's a metaphor in everything. So you see this tide coming in and out, and the weather's different, the seasons are different, but it's always the same shot.
That's brilliant. That's why I've never seen that. I never knew that. I'll have to have a peep at it, pal.
I do quite a few anonymous things, Ian, which I'll tell you about. Nothing bad, but yeah, I don't tend to put my name on things.
Nah, I know, mate.
I've got to now because I've got to.
You've got to put this mood up, or you've got to get out there and get people interested, and everyone will benefit from it.
But you know what it's like from your point of view and everything you've been through. Unless you talk about the thing yourself, it doesn't really have the integrity that it would have otherwise. So I do feel like it's almost duty bound.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's bits in my book that people will be reading who've got issues, um, with mental health issues, and I really hope that has the positive impact in their lives that writing it had in mind. And I can't thank the people who helped me with the book so far. I mentioned Liz, I mentioned Alan, I mentioned Gareth Howell. I didn't mention Gareth Howells. He's helped me with some of the art. My brilliant friend Craig Lewis, um, who's invented the rondelle. You've seen the rondelle with the loose gravel at the top of the wheelchair, shadow being cast from a guy in a motorbike. Um, you know that I think respectfully, if we look at it, I think you'd agree with me. We're both very lucky people.
Oh, crikey, yeah, always.
But when you're hitting the dark colours and mood, it just doesn't seem like that, does it?
Well, I'm grateful and lucky that I haven't had a prolonged period for a long time, and I think it's because I've now learned what works, or what works for me.
Yes.
And also I step in quick and take it seriously, so I now know I now know that I've got to take it seriously, otherwise it's gonna,
It's going to take over, isn't it?
yeah, and then that can be game over eventually. So it's something that I think I've told you this, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a personality thing or what, but I've never really. I'm not a competitive person, and I used to play squash, and I never really used to make much of an effort until it was 8-0. But you lose at 9.
Yeah.
The lights start to have a go properly, and still think I could win. Sometimes you would, and sometimes you wouldn't. But it's a funny old attitude, and I feel like because I got to 8-0 with this and depression, that I never seriously, and I've learned from it. And I guess that's it in a nutshell, really. I went through it and learned that if I don't take it seriously, But who's to say that's not going to happen again? But I look back, I can't even recognise myself. And it's so funny, I'm talking to you here now, publicly, and yet when I used to go to Frasnell, I didn't even put my surname, I just used to put Gareth. And there was a period where I started to go to a little group physically, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I wouldn't even tell them my name. And I used to travel 45 minutes because I was, nobody, I didn't want anyone to know. So there was only sort of people close to me. But then the mad thing is, you mention it now, or I talk to people and say, oh yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre. But there we go. I feel very lucky to come out the other end. And yeah, I'm just super, super lucky. And not just because I'm lucky anyway. I've got
Of course you are. Of course you are, mate.
And
I consider myself lucky that you're my friend, pal.
oh, that's
I'm not being funny. I found the conversations we've had, not just this what we're doing now, the conversations we've had in the past, been a great help.
And you introduced me to a whole bit now, but
Yes. That is good, isn't it? That is good.
I'd highly recommend it to anyone.
Gareth, I am conscious what was going to be a quarter of an hour talk has gone on for nearly 3/4 of an hour, pal. So we don't so we don't annoy anybody else who's watching, I think we'll draw a line over this now. Anyone who is watching wants to know about more about what Gareth does, you can find Mood on Insta, and of course you can find his website. I don't think you're on Facebook here, Gareth, are you, with Mood?
So Mood is on Instagram as moodapp.io. That's the handle on Instagram.
Yeah.
The webpage, moodapp.io. And then I'm only on Twitter and LinkedIn as Gareth Dauncey, and that all, especially LinkedIn, very recent. But it's good. I mean, I'm surprised how many people you can connect with and show things to, and it's actually quite enjoyable. I just, like you said about the pub earlier, I keep just imagining I'm in the pub because that's the environment.
Yeah. I agree. Gareth, I'm going to leave it then. I can see my son has written something here earlier, and it was in an answer to the question about going on the beer all weekend on the stag night we've just been. And he's written, I am still suffering. But in reality, I think that's a good term for what we've been talking about tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's lovely. Thanks for asking me. And it's made my day the most, hearing the fact that it's made a difference in your life. Honestly, that's really made my day.
That's really yeah. I mean, it's no crap. It's no bullshit. It really is. It's an eye opener. The more people use it, the better place the world is going to be, pal. I assure you that.
Tell you one quick thing then.
Yeah.
There's a secret, really. It's an odd thing for me to say, but my MP Ben Lake Ted was one of the beta testers, and he's one of the best people you could ever meet. He's what every politician should be, and I mean that wholeheartedly. He's honest, articulate, down to earth. He's brilliant. And we met last week or the week before, and he actually had a similar experience to you, and it made a difference to him. And to the point where I've talked to an awful lot of people in public institutions that would like to have this, but it's very difficult for them to access public money. So he's just written to Gillian Keegan, who's the mental health minister in Parliament.
Oh yeah.
And he's also written to Leonard Morgan recently. So I don't know where that'll go, and it might go nowhere. But all these little tiny incremental steps, we should revisit in 6 weeks.
I'm quite happy to do that, mate. I'm quite happy to doing that. Yeah, and when we do the launch of the book, come and join me. We'll have a bit of Q&A then as well. Is it okay with you, pal?
And we'll go to Hope first.
Yeah, exactly. Or afterwards, one or the other, depends on where I think. Anyway, have a good one, pal. Thank you very much for your help tonight. You've been absolutely brilliant helping me, man, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay. Thanks to everyone that joined.
If I wanted to watch it, where could I see it?
You can catch it. I think if you find Liz in my friends, she'll tell you exactly how it works because I'm still a bit rubbish at it. but I think it's on my Instagram forever and a day now, despite the fact it's live, okay?
Okay.
Cheers, Gareth. Love to everyone. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much.
Cheers, pal. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, I will learn to turn it off. Hang on a minute.